Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Spirit of Justice. Previously, we had a lengthy conversation with the widow of the victim, Believe. Believe in me. She's coping? Not well, but she's coping. Anyway, we managed to establish that, she and her husband were aware that this Kira, who was walking around taking out Defiant Dragon rebels, this rebel hunter believed that the victim, Trust in me, was, in fact, a rebel, and issued a warning to tell him to stop a few days before his murder, which is very interesting. But then we learned that the Queen of Khura'in, who stands before us right now, is going to be honoring the late monk, so to that end, we've actually come with Believe to visit her, which is interesting. Phoenix better watch what he says, man. Anywho, let's begin, shall we? So this is the Queen of Khura'in. What is wrong with you, barbed head? Show some respect. Should I bow or prostrate myself? No, it is quite all right. Stay as you are. Mother. Your Eminence, I would like to give thanks to you. You honor both me and my husband. His exemplary service deserves to be honored. Oh, but what a terribly trying time this must be for you, Lady Believe. May my prayer comfort your soul and that of your dearly departed husband. Nothing would please me more. Oh, Your Eminence, your words are wasted on my humble husband and I. Sniffle. Now that's what I call a commanding presence. So, you are the lawyer of whom my daughter speaks. Yes, Your Eminence. I am so very honored to make your noble acquaintanceship. I am humbled to bask in your resplendence. Did I overdo it? I have no idea how to talk to a queen. Oh, may the Holy Mother's blessing be upon you. Now then, Lady Believe, let us go to the Chamber of Prayer. Rafa, you are to accompany us too. So, I theorize that the dead queen from so many years ago was Rafa's mother, but maybe I was mistaken on the timeline. Maybe, how old is Rafa again? 16, was it? 14. Huh. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure all that business happened 13 years ago, or was it 8? Oh, there's so many numbers involved. Oh, hey, there's Pare Zealot. Yeah, if he has a profile, he's definitely gonna show up in trial later. Huh. Interesting. Wow, the Queen is seriously something else. Huh? The Prayer of Lament, huh? Oh. Don't see how that'll do any good. It's Justice Minister Inga. Huh? Who are you, buddy? Nice to see you again, Minister Inga. Again? Have we met? I'm Phoenix Wright. We met in the accused lobby the other day. Ah, right. Blue suit, jagged hair. You're that lawyer who brought my daughter down a peg. You're what? My daughter down a peg? Oh! Alright. Okay, I see what's going on here. Your daughter? Yeah, Rafa. He's Princess Rafa's father. So he's Queen Garan's husband. You planning on sticking your fat nose in this mess too? The accused is a good friend of mine. Like I said the last time, you better watch yourself, see? Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
You want to question me?
That would be great.
You got balls for a lawyer. Guess I can play along a bit. But I got things to do, see? So we'll have to talk while I work.
Okay. This is interesting. This is really interesting, but first...
Hey, keep your paws off that stuff over there. It's all pretty pricey. More than you could possibly imagine, I'd wager.
Yeah, I'd better keep my hands to myself. Fair enough.
Where do you get off sticking that thing in my face? You forget who you're dealing with? Don't poke your nose where it don't belong, or do you want a spot on my execution list?
No, I'm good. I better end this conversation now before I really rub him the wrong way. Alright, let's chat. I wanted to let you know that I'll be the defense lawyer on this case too. What? Okay. This is absurd.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you. You only won last time because that idiotic prosecutor filed false charges. But it's gonna be different this time. I got Khura'in's top prosecutor on this one, see?
I don't care who I go up against. I'm going to prove my client innocent.
You haven't forgotten that little thing called the Defense Culpability Act, have you? Blow this one and you'll suffer the same fate as the accused.
How could I forget?
You lawyers are all the same. You strut your stuff till the DC Act comes down hard. Then you start begging and pleading for your lives. It's really hard to watch, I tell you.
Well, I don't plan on letting it come to that. You know, it's kind of significant that this man has no facial markings whatsoever. We've established that so many face symbols can have so many meanings in Khura'in, but he has a clean face. It's interesting. Were you the one who wrote the Defense Culpability Act?
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. What's it to you? Either way, as Justice Minister, I'm gonna enforce the thing. It started as a way to counter the dirty tricks of your trade that falsified evidence. But it turned out to be quite handy. Efficient, even.
Handy? Efficient?
Yeah, made my job real easy. Any goons who cross me or with the Grand Administration are gonna get just what they deserve, especially those rebel scum.
You can get away with that here?
Better watch your mouth, lawyer. I enforce the law in Khura'in, see? And being that I'm the Queen's husband, that makes me king.
No, I'm pretty sure the Queen is the boss around here.
Go on, say what you're thinking so I can charge you with the least majesty.
Can't get myself arrested now.
Listen up, lawyer. We got a low crime rate and a populace that lives in peace. And that's all thanks to the DC Act, so I don't want to hear any more lip about it.
But I can't defend my client unless I can speak my mind.
Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered.
What's that supposed to mean?
Let's just say, I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. 'Cause you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes. Say, White, you know what these are?
No, what?
Orders of execution. They really pile up if I start slacking off.
He's not even looking at them. 1 dead person, 2 dead people, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god. What?
And tomorrow I'll have even more work to do, processing the one for your little friend. And if you really do defend her, I'll have to add one more to the pile for you. But you're not stupid enough to waste your life on that criminal, are ya?
Don't worry. I'll make sure to lighten your workload, Inga. I won't give you a single execution order to sign tomorrow. I have returned, Barbed Head. Your benevolence. Are you done with the rite? Yes, it was performed flawlessly. Lady Belieb stayed behind to speak with Mother. I hope this will help ease her sorrow, even if just a little. So, you have been speaking with my father? Yes, you could say that. My father is a great man. He works tirelessly to keep the peace in our kingdom. Khura'in, as it stands today, owes everything to the efforts of my mother and my father. You should feel deeply honored. Under normal circumstances, they would have never spoken so readily with a lawyer. Yes, of course. It seems Rafa doesn't know what her father is really like. Well, now that we're done here, let's go see if I can talk to Maya now. Oh, it's you, Nick. Maya, are you okay? The questioning wasn't too harsh, was it? No, I'm all right. How about you? Make any progress? Well, I haven't found any conclusive evidence that could prove your innocence. But I have a small lead. Really? But for right now, I'd like to ask you about the High Priest. Sure, ask away. By the way, what's the princess doing with you still, Nick? Doesn't she have anything better to do? Doesn't seem like it. I heard that. How rude. Of course I have many other things I could be doing. Oh, yeah, let's talk. It's just a thought, but do you think the High Priest could have been a rebel? A rebel? Why would you even think that? Because if he was, then the rebel hunter Lady Kira would have had a motive to kill him. What? Uh-oh, Princess Rafa overheard me. What idiocy is this? Abbot Inmi, a rebel. It is beyond the pale. My mother has offered the prayer of lament to his soul. That is the sort of person he was. All right. I was just raising the possibility. I will not listen to such tomfoolery. She stormed out. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. Do you recall the High Priest doing anything suspicious? Come to think of it, he seemed unusually restless during the rite. He kept glancing up at the sky, though I have no idea why. Oh, I have some ideas. He was restless and kept looking up at the sky. That doesn't really tell us much, does it? Anything else come to mind? Sorry, that's about it. Guess this is all I'm going to learn about the High Priest right now. Oh, but there is one thing I should follow up on. I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret while I'm here, Nick. What? Why? I'll, explain later. With Princess Rafa gone, this might be my only chance. Maya, about what you said earlier. Why can't you tell anyone you're able to channel spirits? Oh, that! You know how all the queens are also spirit mediums here. I heard. It was kind of a shock at first, though. In Khura'inism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. I see. So spirit channeling is a symbol of power or authority then, in that sense. I can see why it would look bad if a nobody from another country were able to do it too. Spirit channeling in the Khura'in tradition was developed from a Khura'in style that was brought to the US via Japan. But it seems like my clan's spiritual power is greater than that of the average Khura'inese. It may be a quirk due to how our styles diverged, but I don't really know. So if spirit channeling is a power possessed only by the queens of Khura'in, and it's a power that somehow made its way down the line to Maya, then I guess that makes Queen Khura'in and Princess Rafa distant relatives of Maya's? Dude, I called it. Anyway, it's not like there's some kind of rule about it. It's just I'd rather not have it become an issue or anything. That's why mediums who come here to train hide the fact that they can channel spirits. I see. I had no idea it was so complicated. Either way, training here is a must to fulfill the qualification needed to become the master. And what is this qualification to become the master? To be able to channel spirits of one's own volition and without fail every time. Like, remember how my spirit channeling was always hit or miss? I only ever succeeded about 30% of the time. Yeah, it was more like spirits possessed her as opposed to her channeling them. So you can do it every single time now, whenever you want. Yep. At least I think. You think? Well, I haven't actually tried channeling anyone since I completed my training here. But once I get back home, I plan on taking the final spirit medium test. I'll have to try channeling one spirit after another in a marathon channeling session. Only those who pass the test are worthy of becoming the master, huh? Yeah, but I know I can do it. I'm going to ace that test and become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down. Right. Maya's the next big hope of Khura'in village. That's got to be a lot of pressure. So, speaking of similarities, I've noticed another similarity between our countries besides spirit channeling. I saw a show on TV earlier that reminded me of the Steel Samurai. Oh, you must mean the Plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Boy, it's like force of habit at this point. So, you've already seen the Plumed Punisher. You really don't miss a beat. Actually, it was her benevolence who told me all about it. There's not a single person in Khura'in who does not know of it. Oh, your benevolence, you're back. As the royal priestess, I am charged with monitoring your movements. So I have changed my mind, for in order to fulfill my duty, I must not avert my ears, not even from your blasphemous theories. Her sense of duty is commendable, but I wouldn't mind if she backed off a bit. Great timing, your benevolence. There's actually something I wanted to show off to the both of you. Show off? Maya sure seems excited all of a sudden. Yep, ta-da! Oh, little keychain. What's that? It's an ultra-rare Plumed Punisher strap. There's only one of them in the whole world. It was specially made to promote the TV show. You're the owner of this strap? Don't tell me. You're a Plumed Punisher fan too, your benevolence? No, of course not. Only little children watch that show. I have no interest in such things. Right. No, I am telling the truth. Sure, let's just leave it at that. So how did you get your hands on that, Maya? I found a kindred spirit and a Plumed Punisher fan here in Khura'in. It resulted in an exchange of cultures transcending national borders. And by cultural exchange, you mean you swapped TV show promo merchandise? You bet. I traded my Steel Samurai watch for this strap. It's a super rare watch that plays the Steel Samurai theme song whenever the alarm goes off. My newfound Khura'inese friend was so happy I got this one-of-a-kind strap in return.
I guess there are people like that wherever you go. Even here in Khura'in.
Watch this. When you press the Magatama on her belt, it plays the show's theme song.
That sounds just like the Steel Samurai theme song.
What are you talking about? Can't you hear the folk instruments in the intro and the exotic tones throughout? Plus, the Steel Samurai has Japanese taiko drums that go Daka dun 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 in the intro.
She's right, you know. Right. Guess my ears aren't as good as yours.
Anyway, I have this amazing idea for a new show. The Plumed Punisher versus the Steel Samurai.
Where do I buy tickets?
I'm going to totally go pitch it to some TV stations when I get back home. It's going to be a huge hit. Right, Your Benevolence? I have no interest in such things.
Well, if nothing else, talking about the Plumed Punisher has thankfully seemed to cheer Maya up a bit. It's getting late. Try to get some sleep, okay, Maya? And leave tomorrow to me.
Okay, thanks, Nick.
I think I've covered just about everything. Time to head back to the temple and go over everything I've learned so far. The temple, huh? Well, before we do that...
My father is a great man with a gentle soul, is he not?
Yes, well... Are we talking about the same person here?
You, too, could become a man of upstanding character if you learned from his example.
Sure. Upstanding character. Him?
I care little for that tone of yours. It is as if you do not agree.
No, you have it all wrong. Why is my face always such an open book?
You have visited the accused a number of times already. Could it be you are smuggling in tools one at a time for a jailbreak?
Of course not. Besides, you've been watching me like a hawk.
Well then, perhaps you are cutting the bars in the visitor's room bit by bit.
How on earth would I even do that?
With that barbed head of yours, of course.
Mental image complete. Contemplated. And discarded. Now this is getting ridiculous.
Huh, of course it is. I'm merely having a little fun here.
Well, please don't have it at my expense. I'm mentally taxed enough already. Very well. Let's move. I want to go to the plaza, though, just real quick. Nope, nothing here. Nothing new, even. Alright. Dig the music, though. It's getting late. Won't be long till sundown.
Mr. Wright, Your Benevolence!
Knew it was him.
Are you done with your investigation for today?
Pretty much. I thought I'd go over what I've learned so far. Care to join me?
Yes, please allow me to help.
Okay, first we know that the High Priest received a warning 3 days ago. It was from someone claiming to be a Lady Kira, and it told him not to perform the rite.
That's right, it was that rebel hunter. But what of it?
That's what I'm not sure of yet.
Why would Lady Kira want to stop the rite? If you could still solve that mystery. Right. I could figure out her motive for threatening the High Priest. It might be the break I need, but I just don't know enough right now to act on that lead. How unfortunate for you, Barbed Head. Your only hope is pure speculation. That shall not stand up in the Hall of Justice. You have no actual proof of Lady Kira's involvement in this crime, after all. Yeah, the warning letter alone can't prove who killed the High Priest. I'll give you one last chance to withdraw before you are charged under the DC Act. Your benevolence. While it is true you did not forge or suppress any evidence, that is perhaps a product of my careful monitoring of your every move. I wasn't planning to do anything like that in the first place, Your Benevolence. But I am going to prove Maya's innocence within the confines of the law. How can you be so sure you will? Because of my undying faith in my clients. That is a lawyer's greatest weapon. Huh. What nonsense. You have chosen to dig your own grave. When next we meet, it shall be in the Hall of Justice. As Royal Priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through the divination seance. This time I will prove that the insights I gleaned thereof are the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial, and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman's axe. Tomorrow, I'll be defending Maya in that so-called Hall of Justice again. That whole seance thing makes trials here completely different from those back home. Plus, I don't have a shred of conclusive evidence. On the other hand, I've got plenty of confusion and anxiety to spare. I'll have to think of something. After all, I'm the only lawyer in all of Khura'in. I have to do this. I will do this. I'll prove Maya's innocence if it's the last thing I do. To be continued. Ooh, right now it seems. May 11th, 9:40 a.m. High Court of Khura'in. Accused lobby. Yeah, there's just one lobby, isn't there? Oh man, okay. Yeah, they don't spend much time on these. I wasn't able to find any conclusive evidence yesterday. But if I can figure out Lady Kira's motive for threatening the High Priest, then maybe... Nick, today well... Don't look so down, Maya. I'm going to defend you with everything I've got. You would do well to cease this insanity while you still can. As I said yesterday, I'm going to defend my client in court. Well, know this. You shall not witness a miracle of the sort that occurred last time. The moment she is found guilty, you too will be found guilty of abetting the accused. I never claimed to be a miracle maker, but I am good at discovering the truth. And unlike miracles, the truth is always waiting to be found. The truth, you say? Then it seems you have chosen your fate. This shall be... your very last trial. Nick? I'm going to prove you're innocent, Maya. You'll see. After all, you have to introduce the plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo-Twilight Realm, to the folks back home, right? Right. I may be a defendant this time. But I'll be by your side like always, Nick. Thanks, Maya. This place is tough on lawyers. I'll need all the help I can get. Plus, it's always good to have you on the team. Well, it's time. Let's go. May 11th High Court of Khura'in. Bring it on, I say. Court is now in session. All rise. Let the trial of Maya Fey begin. Oh, this costume is so not canon. But we're doing it. The defense is ready, Your Majesty. Huh? Quiet, can't you see Prosecutor Sadmati is absorbed in silent prayer? Great, the trial's barely started and the judge is already mad at me. He's very devout for a prosecutor. So why is Maya allowed to do that? I don't get it. Huh? Why is the accused standing over there? Oh, well... Your Majesty, in addition to being the accused, she is also my assistant. The accused is your assistant, you say? Very well, then. A criminal does indeed make a fitting partner to a lawyer with a defiled soul. That wasn't very nice. Yeah, well, bad-mouthing lawyers seems to be a custom of sorts here in Khura'in. I must say, I am surprised to see you still here in Khura'in, Mr. Wright. And even more so to find you in the Hall of Justice once more. I cannot fathom why you would willingly risk your life in yet another trial. The answer is simple, Your Majesty. I'm a lawyer, and this is what lawyers do. Although, to be frank, I'd rather be anywhere but here right now. Such foolishness. Oh, Prosecutor Sadmati, are you ready to begin now? Yes, Your Majesty. The prosecution is ready. Let us begin without further delay. But first, I promise you both this. I will cast your wicked souls into the fires of hell. Thus shall the soul of the victim attain salvation. Ho 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 ho! Splendid! I would expect nothing less of you, Prosecutor Sadmati. Please save the victim's soul, Prosecutor Sadmati. Punish the wicked lawyer who dares to stop these last rites. I think I'll pass on that whole fire and brimstone deal. But I'm not surprised by your words or stance considering what Apollo's told me about you. So, it was you who instilled that putrid lawyerly guile within him. Putrid what? He too must soon face the fires, lest his soul be lost to redemption. But I shall send you on ahead, so that he will not be lonely when he arrives. Oh, come off it, dude. You have proven wrong. Sorry, but I'm afraid it won't be that easy. People say I never know when to give up. Nervous, Maya? A little. Feels like it's been ages since we stood side by side like this in court. Too bad I'm the defendant. Don't worry. We haven't lost a case together yet. You're right. Let's give this everything we've got, Nick. Now then, Prosecutor Sadmati, would you please explain the case at hand? Of course, Your Majesty. Let us begin the last rites of the victim. Maya Fey has been charged with the crime of murder. The victim of Her Highness' crime was High Priest Trust in me. He was conducting the purification rite when he was brutally slain.
And the cause of death?
Let us review the victim's autopsy report and the crime scene photos, shall we? The cause of death was blood loss from a stab wound delivered to the abdomen. The murder weapon was likely the Warbad dagger, which was used in the rite. However, the weapon has yet to be found, though the scene was thoroughly searched.
A sacred relic used as a tool of murder. The Holy Mother's wrath shall be most severe.
The murder itself took place at the height of the purification rite. The accused had donned Lady Kira's sacred robes, and the victim was there to offer prayers as a high priest of Khura'inism. During the rite, the victim and accused were the only two at the inner sanctum. Therefore, the only person who could have slain the victim is Maya Fey.
I must say, that does cast a great deal of suspicion upon the accused.
Indeed. Now then, allow me to submit this diagram of the crime scene as evidence in this case. In Khura'inism, slaying a priest is a sin most grave and dreadful. As such, Maya Fey's soul shall be plunged into the lowest level of hell, the hell of tickling. What? There she shall be tickled without end for 500 million years.
Was this game rated T or E? I think it was E. No, probably T. E13? That is a terrible fate indeed. Would the defense care to respond?
And here I thought the lowest level of hell was the hell of back pain. I don't remember killing anyone, and I don't have that dagger or anything like it. As my client stated, she has no memory of the event as described by the prosecution. But more importantly, she had no motive to kill the high priest in the first place.
Objection!
I thought you might say that. Nevertheless, the meaningless prattle of lawyers is utterly ineffectual here in the Hall of Justice. For all will be made clear by her benevolence, Rafa Padma Khura'in's insights.
So it is, and so it shall be. The divination seance reveals the truth for all to see.
Here we go again.
Bailiff, please show in the royal priestess.
It's Princess Rafa. Oh, how beautiful her benevolence looks again today. Glory to the Holy Mother for this blessed day. As popular as ever, I see. Rest assured, good people of Khura'in, I will defeat this murderer and her abettor. They shall not escape on their freedom expressed today.
What a joy it is to have the royal priestess back in the Hall of Justice. May the Holy Mother grant us her divine favor. Erdihara Khura'in.
She sure looks pleased with herself. Especially for someone who didn't know what a Freedom Express was until yesterday. Huh? Is there something stuck to my face, Barbed Head? No, nothing, Your Benevolence.
Now then, Your Benevolence, the divination seance, if you please.
Very well. Nena, my robe.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Well, I suppose if you go to all that trouble with the camera work and motion capture and the music, you aren't exactly going to play it just once, but yeah, I've seen this already. That's fine, I suppose. Bravo! Well done! I'm very curious about this. Okay. That's supposed to be the broken one. Oh, it's already broken. The wind was making it... Okay. Uh-huh. He didn't hear it shatter, so it must have been broken beforehand. And in that scene, it almost looks like he was yanked towards the figure, but... Uh-huh.
The victim's Matama has spoken. The divination seance is complete.
Great. Another clearly incriminating seance vision. It could not be any clearer, O foul defense. The accused donned the sacred robes of Lady Khura and then attacked the victim.
Oh, how very terrible it must have been. The figure of Lady Khura lit against the dim lantern light, the scent of incense growing ever more potent as she drew near. One can almost sense the horror Epidemi must have felt.
The facts as presented by her benevolence are indisputable. But that wasn't me! Do something, Nick! I'm working on it. That couldn't have been any clearer. Looks like I'm in for another uphill battle. The accused committed this vile act during our ancient tradition, the purification rite. Come to think of it, the rites guide explains the multi-part purification rite in detail. The transformation rite. The high priest reads scripture while a priestess dons the robes of Lady Khura. The rite of water. Lady Khura enters the spring and the high priest purifies her along with her dagger. The rite of fire. The priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul. Indeed. It would seem that the murder occurred during the transformation rite. The rite dictates that the High Priest stand in front of the spring. Therefore, the accused must have attacked him from the direction of the broken lantern. Well, Barbed Head, would you care to object?
Of course, because I know my client is innocent.
So you say. You truly do not know when you are beaten, do you?
I managed to pull it off last time with Albie. I'll just have to do it again. You intend to find fault with her benevolence's insights yet again? It would seem lawyers are Pulkunin creatures indeed.
Look at that Pulkunin. Pulkulgin. Huh? What exactly is a Pulkunin? Someone who's a real piece of work, so to speak.
They can call me anything they want. The only thing I care about is uncovering the truth.
So, Barbed Head, are you foolish enough to risk your life for your so-called truth? Because my insights are the truth. To deny them is to willingly dig your own grave.
Here we go, I suppose. Rafa's insight. I know we have 15 more minutes to go, but I actually need to call it early here. For some reason, my throat is kind of killing me right now. I think I'm a bit dehydrated. I need to drink some water. Anyhow,
there was a big to-do about, this point of Maya actually likely being a distant relative of the female royal family. She has the ability to channel souls. Now I'm thinking, I have a theory. I feel like, Phoenix loves to root out injustice and bring the truth to light, but thus far, there hasn't really been a true call to action, a motivation to untangle this darkness that sits at the heart of Khura'in. This mess with the royal family that's surely going on, and the Defiant Dragons, the rebels, and everything. There's something going on. Something rooted in the events of all those years ago when the Queen was assassinated. I think if there's ever going to be an inciting incident that'll make Phoenix stay around, to stay in Khura'in and solve things, it would be if Maya's secret was outed. So I predict that when things get dire in this case here, I think Maya might go ahead and channel the body of Abbot in me. And if that were to happen, that would be a table flip of the game board, man. Like, it's one thing for a lawyer to be an upstart and prove the courts wrong twice in a row even, but if this outlander, this foreigner, had the same power as the royal queen herself, well, that would be most interesting. I don't think Inga would take that laying down. No, sir. So the question is, Case 4, the next case following this one, will we be back in Japanifornia with Apollo and Athena and Trucy? Is there going to be a crime over there, or are we staying in Khura'in for the rest of the game? I could see it going either way, but... And speaking of, calls to action, thus far, there's, nothing about this disguised fellow with the hair and beard. What's his deal? surely he's relevant here and now, right? Looking at our accumulated evidence, we have 2 full pages. I feel like that's less than what we had previously, when we started the trial in Case 2. Maybe there could be another day of investigation. After all, there's no deadline thus far. I think. The first trial in Case 1 was a one and done, but that's how all Case 1s go. Case 2, it invented the deadline to do it in one singular day. Well, not really. One day of investigation, then the trial in the morning. Because the Wright Anything Agency was about to be foreclosed on and bought up. But here, there's not really a true deadline. The judge could order a stay of execution for one day. Boy, so many things could go so many ways. I love that Ace Attorney has me guessing, you know? And speaking of guessing, I'm not even sure who the culprit could be. Like, obviously there's the escaped prisoner, but there's also a Pare Zealot, his name? Yeah, Pare Zealot. He's suspicious as hell, but until we actually meet the fellow, I don't know. It would suck if he was the killer, because, man, killing your own adopted father? That's rough, dude. Anywho, I've prattled on quite long enough. See, now we're ending this video with like 7 minutes to go until an hour. That's much better, right? More palatable? You got your money's worth, and by money's worth I mean this video's free. I'm giving you free entertainment and hurting my voice to do it. Be thankful! Be thankful, damn it! I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Spirit of Justice. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll catch you next time, so until then, please take care.